It's Friday, July 1st, 2022. I want to officially welcome everyone to the recession. Today, in my humble opinion, it is official. Now that we enter the third quarter, we know that we had first quarter negative GDP, and all the data points to second quarter GDP also being negative. So that gives us an official two quarters negative GDP. So that is a technical recession. So again, I would like to welcome everybody to the recession. Now it won't be official for probably about another month. That's when we will get the data, and that's when we will get confirmation that we are officially in a recession. But we've been in a recession for quite a while now. It began well before today, and it's going to get much worse, ladies and gentlemen. But I do want to welcome everybody to the recession. Many of you predicted it. Many of you said that we've been in a recession. I agree wholeheartedly. But there's a few things I want to talk about today. We watched the markets across the board in the green today. Last night, the Dow futures were down 353 points when I went to bed. Markets were getting just hammered. And this morning, woke up and they were all in the red. And another miracle takes place today as we're heading into hyperinflation, world war, and a bear market. Dow Jones up 321 points today. Again, just these miracles that we continue to watch take place. But things are getting very, very concerning in the U.S. economy and just how things are really functioning now in the United States. Just in the past few days, 17,000 flight delays, 2,000 flights canceled. I mean, we cannot get airplanes to get off the ground. We cannot unload ships with more of these supply disruptions. We have demand in the U.S. crashing now. We have a manufacturing crisis. Prices of everything continue to skyrocket, and this will be the most expensive 4th of July in U.S. history. Yet, this administration keeps telling everyone that the consumer has excess savings. Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen, the consumer is strong. Jerome Powell just a couple days ago said that the consumer is strong, is in strong financial shape. Who can believe any of this? Again, these are the people who told us this was just going to be transitory. It was just going to be temporary. And now they're telling us that everybody has excess cash and that everything is the economy's strong. Everybody's in great financial shape. Unbelievable. Another thing that is very, very unbelievable that we're watching play out right before our very eyes is the 10-year Treasury yield falls to lowest level since May. Who is buying this debt? Literally a week ago, the 10-year Treasury yield was 3.5%. Today, I think it's at 2.88. Who in the world is buying this? It says here on CNBC, investors are looking for safety, and that it's investors buying the 10-year Treasury bonds. Who in the world is running to a 10-year Treasury bond for safety when it's paying 2.88%, when inflation, the inflation they're telling us is 8.6%, real inflation probably 20%. How in the world, somebody please explain to me how you are running to safety buying 10-year Treasury bonds at 2.88% when inflation is going absolutely bananas. Somebody please explain that to me. But I think we all know, and I'm so happy to see so many people in the comment section down below. When I go to different forums, so many people are beginning to see right through these games, right through these magic tricks, right through the manipulation. People know that this stuff is absolutely impossible, what is taking place. What pushed the markets up today? That's another question, because again, the data, the news, it's not good at all. I mean, just like yesterday, the market should have been down 1,000 points yesterday, another 1,000 points today, minimal, with the news that we are receiving. We cannot get planes to take off the ground. We cannot, the airlines can't even run. I mean, they are absolutely just out of control. I mean, I don't know any other way to explain it. Everything is out of control. Nothing is functioning normally. This just does not look normal to me. Another article today coming from The Hedge. JP Morgan warns U.S. close to recession as Atlanta Fed slashes second quarter GDP now to negative 2.1%. So I think that in my book, it's official. We are now in a technical recession. I think we've been in a recession for quite a while. And we are heading, if something doesn't change here very, very quickly, we are heading into a very serious depression, ladies and gentlemen. Another article today, one of the worst downturns in recent history. Mark Zuckerberg warns Facebook employees to brace for layoffs. More bad news, markets up today. Somebody please tell me where the good news was today that got these markets to reverse. I mean, Dow Jones down 350 points last night, down this morning and closes up 321 points in the green today. Markets across the board in the green. Somebody please explain this to me. The way I see it is we are watching the plunge protection team. We're watching the Fed. We are watching serious manipulation take place in these markets right now. And I think we are all being lied to with how bad this economy really is and what we're being told. The consumer is not strong. The economy is not strong. This economy is not recovering. This economy is dying. Another article today, car sales to go down 17% despite strong demand report. Supply chain issues and destruction of income are playing a big role with car sales. Of course, the chip shortage is a big deal, but I think what is going to become a bigger deal is cash flow, jobs, layoffs, people not having the money to go out and buy a new car. Just think, if those car lots filled up tomorrow, who would be able to go out and buy a new car? Average new car payment. Get this, average new car payment right now in the US, $712. That was probably your parents' mortgage back in the day. Now, $712, that's the average new car payment. Who in the world can keep doing this? I mean, this is just, it's getting so out of control. And right now, as I was driving earlier today, down I-10 and 15, 20 minutes down I-10, and there's a lot of cars out, a lot of people traveling. And I just think how many, as I'm looking at cars all around me down the interstate, how many of these people are dependent on those credit cards when they go to the gas station to put gas or diesel in those vehicles so that they can drive this 4th of July weekend. Now, I will say this, I only saw one boat heading down I-10. Typically, years back, you would see a handful, a lot of boats heading to Lake Havasu or the river, and I only saw one boat. Did not see a lot of fifth wheelers, did not see a lot of RVs, but I saw a lot of cars. And again, I just wonder how people are doing this. And the sad part of this is more people are becoming more dependent on credit cards. And as this economy worsens, as more people lose their jobs, as more people are laid off, they are going to be in such financial turmoil because those credit card bills are going to be piling up every month, and people are carrying balances, big balances. They're paying the minimums. And we saw a record number of people, of U.S. consumers in January and February sign up for new credit cards. And this is scary because you do not want to be holding very much debt in a recession or a depression. You want to keep your powder dry. You want to have cash. You want to have assets. You don't want a lot of bills. You don't want a lot of debt. You certainly do not want credit card debt. And I've said this so many times. So many people now are in such big trouble because it's too late for them. They are struggling at this point just to put gas in their cars. What in the world are they going to do in the midst of a serious recession? And I really fear that we're going to spiral into a depression. And when people have nothing but debt, they don't have cash, they don't have assets, what are they going to do? How are they going to survive this? When you're broke, you can't go out and buy a year's worth of food. When you're broke, you're probably not buying water filtration systems. You're probably not buying security. When you're broke, you don't have a cash reserve for 6 months or 12 months. These people, it is too late for millions of people. And it's been too late because people have been struggling really for the last couple years. And there's no way now that they are going from credit card to credit card that they're going to be able to prepare for this. And this is why I told people years ago to get ahead of this and prepare. And this is why so many of you did this. And my heart goes out to people with kids. We're going to see a lot of pain and devastation caused by this recession. And God help us if this thing goes into a depression. It is going to really, really get ugly. You see the amount of crime out there right now, just the horrific types of crime that we're seeing. Just imagine what people would do when they're hungry. So be careful out there. Really, really be careful. Another article today coming from CNBC. Major crypto broker Voyager Digital suspends all trading, deposits, and withdrawals. So more collateral damage in the crypto world. It says here, the news comes a few days after one of Voyager's customers failed to make payment on a loan worth hundreds of millions of dollars, fueling growing concerns of an insolvency. We are seeing mass contagion across this industry. And what is really scary here is no withdrawals. You cannot get your money out. If you do not hold it, you do not own it. And we are seeing so much of this literally in the last couple weeks unfold where people can't deposit money, they can't withdraw money, and really the big concern is they cannot withdraw money. They cannot get their money out. And this to me is really, really scary. And this is why I think all of you really better be critically thinking about where you're putting your money and is it safe? Is it safe in one of these digital crypto banks, crypto hedge funds, crypto brokers, you name it? I just do not trust anything on a computer screen because it can be erased with a keystroke. So I would be very, very careful of where you're putting your money right now, where you're putting your hard assets, gold, silver, etc. Trust only you. Third-party risk. Again, they don't get a payment, you don't get your money. Think about that. Somebody doesn't make payment on hundreds of millions of dollars, everything gets shut off, including your access to your money. That is dangerous. I mean, think about right now if you needed that money for some type of emergency or you wanted to capitalize on some sort of deal today, a sale, something came up that you needed that money for whatever reason, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. And I just think if that's your money, you should be able to access it anytime you want. But no, if somebody does not make a $100+ million payment, you don't get paid. How safe do you feel knowing that? And it's going to continue to get worse. Again, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And I don't really put a lot of trust in banks either. I think that the banks are one of the biggest cartels on planet Earth. And if things get bad in the banking industry, which I think they're much worse than we're being told, don't think for a second that they're going to lock you out, that they wouldn't lock you out of your money, out of your account. Shut those ATMs down, no access. Shut those bank doors down, no access. And remember, these banks do not carry a lot of cash in these bank vaults to begin with. And we're seeing branch after branch after branch closing down, which means more people are dependent on each one of those branches that are open now. So if there was ever a bank run, you're going to be standing in a very, very long line trying to get your money out. So I believe in being your own central bank, being your own security detail, and really being responsible for you and eliminating that third-party risk. But I'm going to leave it there today. God bless America. I hope that all of you have a fantastic 4th of July weekend. We do have a lot to be thankful for. I believe we really are blessed. And I think that's why we are awake. And I think that's why we have been preparing. That's why we will continue to prepare. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get very, very ugly out there, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about it. And there's nothing that we're going to do to stop that. The only thing we can do right now is walk close to God, say our prayers. And I believe God is waking up a lot of people that want to wake up and who are willing to listen and see with their own two eyes what's going on. And sometimes your human eyes, your human ears don't see what's really happening. And this is why I believe we're in spiritual warfare. And people who are really in tune spiritually can see spiritually and hear spiritually what is really happening behind the scenes. I don't trust the banks. I don't trust these crypto markets. I don't trust the stock market. I don't trust any of this. I trust God and I trust myself. And that is why I am preparing. I am preparing. And I thank God that He woke me up and allowed me to see what is going on. And I think a lot of people now are beginning to see. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's already too late because they're broke. They have no way financially to prepare now. And to those people, all I can say is, if you got to get 3 side hustles, do what you got to do right now. Do what you got to do. 3 side hustles, 4 side hustles. Do whatever you can. Doing something is better than doing nothing. If you do nothing, you're guaranteed to fail. That is a plan to fail. So I'm not going to quit on people. I'm not going to, I'm not going to sit here and say it's too late, although I think it is for a lot of people. But if you just woke up today, you're way behind. You better get on it like this weekend. You better start preparing. This thing, I cannot believe just the manipulation we are watching take place in these markets. That is so scary and so dangerous watching that. And wow, how many people are going to get absolutely wiped out in these markets? Wiped out. But the big players are out. They already know what's coming. They got out a long time ago. But they're now dependent on the suckers to come in. And when they pull the plug on this thing, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be historic. It will be biblical. So don't be a victim of this. Don't be a statistic of this. Unfortunately, it is so late for so many people. But for the people out there who haven't done anything, I still say, do what you can. Prepare. Go work those side hustles. Buy as much supplies as you can. Hunker down. This is a time to get small, be nimble, be agile, pay off the debts. You do not want to be, carrying big debt, a big mortgage. This is not the time to take risks. This is the time to get very, very defensive. Me personally, no big purchases right now. It's cash, it's gold, and it's acres. And that's it. That's it for me. The people that want to go out there and gamble and speculate, God bless you. I wish you the best of luck. But I think we are seeing the warning signs of how bad this is about to get. And when I see the manipulation that they played out today in these markets should have been Dow Jones should have been down over 1,000 points today, minimal. Yesterday, 1,000 points, minimal. They are going to cause such an implosion here with the games that they are playing, the manipulation. This will not go on forever, ladies and gentlemen. They are just making the situation so much worse. We have to prepare even more now because this downturn, this collapse is going to be worse than anybody ever thought it could be, anybody thought was going to be. This thing is going to be unbelievable, unbelievable. And I'll tell you, it concerns me a lot because we're going to have to deal with a lot of people out there who are not prepared. And we're going to be dealing with a lot of people out there who are very, very angry. So I'll leave it there today. God bless all of you. Have a phenomenal 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. Continue to prepare. And as always, I look very forward to speaking with all of you very, very soon.